My audio on mute. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, bet. So yeah, man. So shout out to everybody in the building. Arla, what's good with you, sweetheart? Shout out to Wayne Henny. Shout out to Carlos Ruiz, man. So this is what it is, man. I gotta put shit in perspective. Sometimes when you're doing shit with other people, you can kind of like get what you want to get across. My bad. My fucking throat is burning like shit. But sometimes it don't come out the way in which you want to convey it. Gabe Lopez, what's good with you? So basically, what I wanted to do here on Reaper Gang, what I wanted to do here on Super Nipple Sunday, because usually, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, I'm used to doing things by myself. And shout out to the boys that was up here. Everybody brings great shit up on it, bring great shit to the table, excuse me. But it's just some shit that gotta say. And there's only one way can get that point across. And that's to go at it, man. All gas, no brakes. I can't let certain shit slide. And I don't think people understand what's going on here. Y'all think we supposed to let this dude walk up out here like real rap? Y'all think we supposed to let this dude walk up out of here after that Showtime performance he just put on yesterday and just let him off the hook? Press conference, they don't lean into him, they don't say nothing. Charlo can't get off that easy. Demetrius Andrade would never get off that easy. Ryan Garcia would never get off that easy. Look, Devin Haney, he damn sure didn't get off that easy, and he won the fight. Shut dude out. Now, Charlo won the fight too, but it's in the fashion in which he won the fight. He wasn't hit up all night. Even if when he was banging on the inside, you knew he was doing the majority of the work in a clean way. Charlo didn't do that. Charlo didn't go out there and just look like what he was supposed to look like. He looked like something different. So if I'm going to sit here and just look over Saturday, and out of all the things I've seen, out of all the fights that came on, and out of the one thing that was supposed to stand out that didn't stand out, regardless of whether I wanted to pay attention to it or not, Charlo was not supposed to look that bad up against who he was up against, man. But time and time again, if you look, but it's so crazy to me because I'm just like, yeah, it's one thing for these. I don't know, man. It's just wild to me because if that was anybody else, bro, you wouldn't be able to slide on that type of performance. Like, that's supposed to be, you're literally supposed to go out there and just make him look bad and wash him. But when you got Devin Haney fighting Jorge Linares and he goes basically 10 rounds to 2, even if you want to call it that, based on the 2 rounds, I would say 10 rounds to 2 for hugging when he was hurt, you're supposed to use your survival tactics in that moment. I get it. You're winning 10 rounds to 2. But you're on a back and forward mission. You're literally on a back and forward mission with somebody that literally got knocked out by Jaime Munguia at 147, KO'd him out cold. You supposed to be the lion. It's supposed to be lions only. It's supposed to be your promotion. You're supposed to be putting on this spectacular performance. Great fight. Take nothing away from it. Great fight. But was it great for all of the right reasons to where you're supposed to highlight against him, against anybody at 160 pounds? Or is anybody supposed to truly feel fearful that Canelo would be in any way, shape, or form in danger because of this dude? You wouldn't be. You couldn't be. I'm the hardest critique on Canelo. I'm the hardest critique on Teofimo. I'm the hardest critique on a lot of people. Lomachenko. I would say, goddamn it, I'm probably the hardest critique on everybody. But at the same time, it's everybody. So when it comes to Charlo, I'm going to drag him through the mud. But it's just a like this is so evident though. You got media sitting there at the end of the fight, and they're talking about the fight he went through and stuff like that. They're letting him get off the hook with calling Demetrius Andre horrible when Demetrius Andre literally just fought an opponent that was 2 times better than the opponent he fought tonight. And you ain't even giving them no type of credit for it. Excuse me. How does that work out? How does that work out? So this is what we dealing with. Is this the new normal? I ask you, fight fans, is this the new normal? Gotti Line, salute. Miguel, salute. Martin Machine, salute. Yeah. Do all that. Because I can't let it slide like that. And I know, 2 Hands might have said a little bit of something about it earlier, but it was a couple other opinions where I really couldn't kick it the way I wanted to kick it. You got to put this shit in full frame perspective, bro. Don't be one of these dumbass niggas stuck on the frame. Look at the big picture here. Look at the people at 160 pounds. Look at Jermall Charlo right now. Look at the fights he's had against people that aren't even in the same weight as him on a consistent basis. And look at the fight he just had tonight. And we're supposed to be praising him for Sergey Derevyanchenko. You got other people out here praising him for Sergey Derevyanchenko? Cold bum. This nigga is roadkill, tumbleweed on going across a goddamn street. What am I supposed to say about it other than what I'm saying right now? But the beloved media. Oh, you gotta love them, right? You gotta love how the way they gonna tell it. Well, I'm just gonna tell it like this, Jermall. While you're sitting up there calling somebody else a horrible fighter, I do believe when you say that a fight with Demetrius Andre is in any way beneficial to you, it's a boring fight or it's not a money fight, then how was Juan Montiel a bigger money fight than Demetrius Andre when you got offered $7 million and they were willing to send him over to Fox? But you're saying that the press conference coming out, this is what you're saying. You're saying that you can't do the cross promotion. But we heard Eddie Hearn say what? How many times? That he would send him across the street to Fox if that's what he got to do. Because one thing about Eddie Hearn and the difference between Al Heyman is he knows he will knock the Build-A-Bear fur out your bitch ass. That's the difference. You lacking the confidence. See, the difference is you pretending not to know it, but your boss already know it though. That's the big difference. You pretending not to know you not that dude, but your boss already know. If you go over there and you play over there, now fuck that. If he come play in your sandbox, nigga, he knocking over your fort. Treating your it is what it is. I gotta call it how I see it. But motherfuckers want to ignore that. Jermall who? Jermall Canelo? I didn't see Canelo. I didn't see any part of why does anybody even think that Canelo should even be an afterthought or even a thought on his mind that that's something that he could accomplish. And this is, Oscar De La Hoya, I see what you're trying to do and everything, but look, bro, we're not in the 1970s no more, bro. Put the cocaine there, dog, and all the fucking flashy pants and shit down, bro. Take the mothership, bring that shit back down to earth, bro. He can't do it. He wouldn't do it. It's a lot of things that I see that he can't do. What am I missing here? Man, they high. The crazy thing is I'm high. So how can't they see it from my perspective? And I mean, I'm smacked right now too. Some real good purple. No bullshit. Literally. I'm living that euphoria that they're drifting off on in their little delusions right now. But for some way I can see straight. So I don't even know if that's even a worthy excuse at this point in time. So let's hit him with another one. You comfy being mediocre. You're comfortable being mediocre, period. And that's a scary sight for boxing. When you see somebody who's supposed to be a 160-pound champion, somebody that you know a promotion is putting their money behind, and he's comfortable with being okay. He don't want, like, literally comfortable with being okay. Look at the opponents. Y'all know who they are. The little nigga that won season 5 of The Contender, Brandon Adams. I mean, shit, what was he ranked on BoxRec? Don't get me fucking started. Who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? I don't want to disrespect Dennis Hogan, but we know he brought him up from a whole nother division. And of course, he was chasing something that he had just previously lost. So what I'm saying here is these are the individuals. Oh, my bad. Sergey Derevyanchenko. Let's not forget him. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. Real rap, man. And shout out to all the grandfathers, man. And shout out to all the real fathers out there that just ain't getting those #1 dad mugs, man. We can't stand them, man. We don't want no mugs. I don't care if they've reinvented them. And you know what I'm saying? Now they like stay cold, keep your ice cold for 24 hours. I don't want nothing like that, man. I don't want no cologne either, man. I'm tired of the cologne. Don't give the man accessories, man. That's another story. We on this dude. We on this goofball. Jermall. I know if I was your brother, I would be disappointed too. I hope you don't get offended. Matter of fact, if you do get offended, I just really don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying. I wouldn't want to be that dude. These are facts. These are facts. Isn't it fucked? The things we got to deal with sometimes, man. He said Charlo needs cologne because the performance stinks. Hit him with something brute. Hit him with that brute joint. That cigar, that Cuban cigar smoke. Give him one of those. Something real stout. You can't, like, whatever he's doing or whatever he think he's learning with Ronnie Shields, he truly needs to reevaluate it because clearly it's just not there. I'm not seeing it. What has he learned? Like, if this was the first day of like basketball, I would be still even trying to figure out if my kid learned how to dribble the ball yet if I sent him with you for a couple hours a day. It's embarrassing. Now, is he the worst fighter in the world? No. But is he this? Do I see him? Do I think he can even beat Triple G right now? No. I don't. I think Triple G can get him. Call me crazy if you want. It ain't like it ain't been done before. But I do. Demetrius Andre, he really don't want that. He really might want to go listen to some of his brother's rants, man. Because somewhere underneath of all of that extra shit, there is some validity there. I'm fine. In some way, you might be shocked, but there is some sense within the mind of a Charlo. I just never thought that I would be saying it out of my own mouth. That's no disrespect to those guys, but I'm just saying, You can't act like we ain't dealt with a lot when it come to these dudes, man. Y'all can't act like we haven't. And unfortunately, the people are going to run with this one, and they're going to make this guy out better than what he really is. And honestly, I commend the person who won for me that night is Juan Montiel. Call me crazy. Call me disconnected. Say two hands, you're just trying to be a hater. Say you just want to see this guy lose. You're the diabolical, hating, dark, hating figure in the boxing world. Damn Reaper. You just don't fuck with Charlo. You can say that. It's not true. I just have eyes. And I'm just sorry that you just don't. Ever since a kid, my mom always told me, like take the wool from your eyes when I was bullshit. So I think some people might need to take the wool from there, because it's easy to see that that dude is clear food. Clear food. Like, man, did you see how he was falling in on his combination? He was just toppling over top of his own feet. You see him catching this dude with flush, solid combination, and he's supposed to hit with all of this force, and he absolutely did nothing with him. Did he get him dizzy? Absolutely. Yes, you should. Duh. You should be doing more than that. So I don't even want to even argue that point. Let me go ahead and get that out the way. We'll cover all fucking angles with this goofball. But when you're not knocking that guy out, and I'm watching your footwork, I'm watching this so-called power that people say you have, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I'm a little disconnected from what maybe the rest of these niggas is talking about. Because, man, Juan Montiel won for me that night. I must say that once again. Hey, dog, it's just hating my blood, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. Nobody wants to hear the excuses, method of madness. Man, look, man. We got to take in consideration that these motherfuckers, like, they sweep these niggas under the rug. Like if they, like, how, it's like, yo, you know it's gotten bad when you can literally watch something, you see that shit, you see it's off, and they can literally compartmentalize it, tuck that shit away overnight, and then just completely, and people will just ignore the fuck out of that shit. Like, just, and a strong way, I guess, way that I can describe that, or the strongest way that I can describe that right now, is Terrence Crawford not being mentioned as a WBO champion at 147. So when I say they sweep under the rug, yo, they do a really good job of sweeping shit under the rug. It's like people just have the tendency to block things out over there. They don't talk about shit. Like, look, please, if he want to fight, I would love to see him jump in the ring and fight Andre. I would love to see it, because I already know that he is getting the living shit beat out of him. On my mama, on everything I love, Andre will own that nigga. And guess what? And I believe at this point, Andre knocks him the fuck out. Yeah, I said it. He will get him in about 9. If that. He might not even need 9 for real. I might be overstating it, because he do have a tendency to get to you early. So I swear, line it up. If he's a horrible fighter, because what I saw last night, I don't know, shit, I can't wait for you to see the tape, you fucking retard. I mean, just think about it. I mean, who knew that dude before you chose to take on that dude? I mean, because before then, unless you were a hardcore fight fan and just happened to see a fight, to watch fights consistently, you wouldn't have known who that motherfucker was either. I believe on every YouTube channel, it says, who the fuck is Juan Montiel? Who is Juan Montiel? Juan Montiel? What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Facts. But you know what? Niggas not trying to give that man no opportunity. They're not trying to give him no opportunity because at the end of the day, when you threatening the people, people don't want to own that shit. People don't want no problems with that shit no more, man. Like, look, I know what? Charlo, he might not want no problems with that shit. He might not want no problems with that shit. Clearly I can see he don't want no problems with that shit. This nigga has lost it, man. This nigga's lost it, man. He went to straight what facts. That's what I'm saying. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bruh. He went to war with that man. Like, yo, he put real, like, come on, man. Let's be honest here, man. That fight, Jamal Charlo was supposed to be smooth. He was supposed to be ready to go to the club after that type of fight. He was supposed to be ready to hit the club. He was supposed to be ready to hit the club after that one. He wasn't supposed to be getting beat stitches in the side of his head, looking all crazy and all of that. They didn't put him in there with that dude to make him look all types of crazy. Come on now. These ain't that stupid. Man, please, man. When you looking like that against them types, oh man. How man, look, man. They're gonna overprotect him. They're gonna overprotect him. You're gonna have every excuse in the book out of this nigga. I promise you that. I promise you that. Wait for it. Wait for it. You're gonna hear every excuse in the book out of him. It's coming. Fuck that. On camera. What's up? If Charlo would have put on a clinic, it would have been a different story. But he didn't. Even Montiel heard Charlo. Yeah, he heard him. He heard him in the late rounds. He heard him in the late rounds. Had him looking crazy. Had him looking real crazy. This nigga all stepping back on the back foot and shit. Eyes blinking all in the back of his motherfucking head and shit like that. This nigga look retarded. He look retarded. Like, yo, you, look, man. Look. You ain't, I can't say it enough. You cannot go out there and look like, you can't look like that against them type of niggas, man. Can't no promoter salvage that. Yo, his paycheck's always gonna be slim. And he gonna keep it that way. And he gonna talk all of this big Willie shit. We already know it's small potatoes coming from this nigga. He is not ever gonna engage in no real type of fight, man. And every time they put him in one, it's going to be with the type of person like, yo, the toughest person he might ever fight in his career is like let me think about it. Maybe like a Chris Eubanks or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't see him fighting like no real. And then even then, nah, man, he wouldn't even do that. At this point, if man, look, man, let's call it what we got, man. Look, let's like who y'all like for real. Who y'all see Jamal beating at this point, man? I don't think get nobody. Like for real. Hey, man, look, I'm high as gas right now too. But at the same time, even with me being high as all hell, I don't even think he can beat motherfucking Eubanks, man. Man, had him looking crazy. Had him looking stanky leg crazy. He knew he had to reel that shit back in. Look, regardless, man, the camera gonna tell it all. Niggas is gonna abuse him in press conferences from now on, man. Niggas is gonna abuse him in press conferences from now on. Like, yo, it's gonna be these little dudes. He gonna be trying to pull cats up from 154. Like, yo, this nigga's real. Like, he gonna try to put together a super fight with Earl Spencer, some shit like that. Watch what I tell you, man. He gonna try to fight Sean Porter. Watch what I tell you. Sean Porter gonna go to 154. I heard he talking about it. Sean Porter gonna go to 154. And this nigga Jamal Charlo is gonna try to put on a super fight with a Sean Porter at 154, try to meet that nigga at a catch weight, man. For this type paydays, he gonna try to salvage, man. Fight a Jared Hurd or somebody, yeah. Yeah. He gonna fight a Jared Hurd for real. He ain't fighting no tough dudes, man. No comp. No comp. He ain't gonna try to raise the bar at all. He ain't gonna try to raise the bar at all. If you put it in perspective, he in danger any way he look. Cause at 160, look, man, I think Callum Smith will get him. If he confident in the night, if he confident at the end of the night, if Juan Montiel can touch him up like that, Callum Smith will give him, you know what I'm saying, give him what he asking for. If he confident, but he wouldn't fight nobody like that though. He gonna fight little dude. Watch what I tell you. He gonna try to do some crooked, crazy ass shit. Like they gonna try to move. Look, I'm telling you, the PBC always do nut ass shit like this. They always take Sean Porter, shift him around and shit for whatever they interest, you know what I'm saying? Wherever they need him to interest, you know what I'm saying? Wherever he fits their interest, excuse me. They might slide this fool Sean Porter. I'm out of shit. They gonna slide this fool Sean Porter up to 154, man. Boys get busy. They gonna let them boys get busy at 154 pounds. Watch what I tell you. Charlo said he will fight Benavidez at a catch weight. Man, I heard Charlo said he wouldn't fight that man unless he took a COVID test. He said he was too young. He said he had to be like 26, vaccinated, and some more wild shit. Ain't that what he said? 26 vaccinated, 26 and vaccinated? Yeah, definitely. He definitely will fight a James Kirkland. They definitely will have him fight a James Kirkland for sure. Yeah, they'll give him that. Yo, they'll build. Hey, look, and the wild shit is they'll build that motherfucker as the best shit going too. That shit would be. They would build that shit as the best fight the fucking weekend has to offer. The month has to offer. They will put promotion behind that shit with Chavez, with anything with Charlo, and then throw Chavez on there. They're gonna promote. I'm telling you, the PBC will promote that shit as something. The PBC will promote that shit like that's something to look forward to. I promise you that, yo. For sure. Porter is the man. I told y'all, man. Porter is the motherfucking janitor, the janitor over at PBC, man. Like that's how they treat that man. That nigga's like he's the PBC Swiss Army knife over that Joe. Old rusty blade ass nigga. I swear, I'm telling you, they pass that boy around. They treat him all types of bad. They treat him real bad. And nigga, look, it could be that, or it could be prostitution. I don't want to go that far. So I mean, he can hold that one down. You hear me, Sean? You can hold that one down because you already know I don't rock. You already know I don't rock with you no way. You know I don't rock with you, Sean. You know I don't rock with you. Me and you been had problems. Not like real life problems, but kind of real life problems if you kind of want to think about it. But you've been playing the game real foul with that Terrence Crawford situation. That's when I stopped having like real respect for you, because I start to see the goofball, like super goofy shit he was on. You feel me? Like that shit was. That's why I don't fuck with that weirdo, man. Be the prostitute, You could be the prostitute, or you could be the Swiss Army knife, man. I think he would rather be the Swiss Army knife. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all that. We got Julio Cesar Chavez versus Jamal Charlo. That might be on the bill. That might be on the bill for real. Julio. It might just be. Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't like look, man. For some odd reason, I'm telling you, I got the distinct feeling his next fight is gonna be a really like sensational little guy. Kinda sensational. Or is he sensational? He might not be any of the above, all right? Maybe I'm just talking shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just really high. But whoever he's gonna fight, they're gonna really try to blow that shit up. And it's gonna be like a Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., man. Like for real, I'm dead ass about that. Like the Swiss Army knife dude. They did bring them over there. I know ain't Jake Paul fighting Tyron Woodley? You can't make this shit up. Ain't Jake Paul fighting Tyron Woodley? Ain't he fighting Tyron Woodley? I heard Jake Paul fighting Tyron Woodley at the end of the summer. Logan Paul just said he can beat Mike Tyson. Y'all know that, right? Didn't I tell y'all that already? This nigga crazy. Jake Paul gonna get beat up, for real. Hey, they might. Y'all think they gonna, I don't know, man. I seen Tyrone cook niggas with them fists. He ain't like the worst stand up. But he's better than Jake Paul good. I think I'll probably knock him out. But I don't think Jake Paul will ever be put in a position where he would lose. That's why Floyd held that nigga up. Because they just struck deals with them niggas, man. And as soon as they put them deals up with them niggas, they wasn't going motherfucking, they wasn't going to not make sure them motherfuckers don't take no devastating knockouts, die, fall on their face, look all types of wild fucking crazy. Logan Bennett, he is the definition of a crack rock. That whole YouTube boxing shit has just gotten out of fucking control anyway. Like, but at the end of the day, they gonna keep endorsing it. Like I said, man, I cut on my shit last week when I was watching boxing. What was it, like last week or the week before that? They had a whole like YouTube card. A whole YouTube card. All these niggas. You name them. They was on there boxing. Now I'm like, now what is it about boxing that's got YouTube where it's so invested to where it's become like a fad, to where this is something they doing like all the time now? I don't get it. It's becoming like an all-time thing now. It's frustrating. Shot these YouTubers get fights, but regular amateurs like me struggle to get fights. Yeah, man. That's crazy to me, man, because it almost realistically is making a mockery of the sport. Like when I think of an exhibition, you would think like maybe like once they would have one during the summer, winter, or whatever, maybe a little benefit joint, but it was something like out of the way. It wasn't nothing crazy. Now it's like they're entertaining them on a consistent basis to where they're like putting real trainers behind them, like real money, real gym time with real coaches that takes away from maybe another individual's camp. Now, see, these were things I weren't taking in consideration at first. But now as I'm sitting here and I'm talking to y'all and I think about it, I'm like, yo, that shit is like, it's really starting to like kind of like irk me in a way. Because now it's like getting to the point to where it's like, this shit is happening like all the time. Like when I tell y'all, it was like a 10-man card sanctioned YouTube boxing matches and shit. Motherfuckers was really watching this shit. That shit was just take away from the true essence of the sport, in the sense to where it's like, I can't come over, like boxers don't come over to your job, then you know what I'm saying, make an asshole out of you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these niggas is just like they coming over to these, you know what I'm saying, to these, you know what I'm saying, men profession. You know what I mean? People in the chat's profession. And they making a mockery out of that shit. So it's like, how do you compete with that shit? Like that shit crazy. These YouTube versus TikTokers, for real, that's what they doing. Yeah, see, like I ain't, you know, who would have sit there and thought that, you know, okay, what was the first one that we saw? The first one that they popped up with, the first one that happened when DAZN first popped off or whatever. I can't remember. I know it was like fucking KSI and Logan Paul. But they did KSI and Logan Paul 1. I'm like, okay, they had that one. I'm thinking that's gonna be it, right? Then what happens? The funny weird looking kid that didn't have like just a weird little dude. You know what I'm saying? And who was it? Jake Paul? I can't remember the guy's name. And then they go back. So then next thing you know, now they just coming in one after another, after another, after another, after another. So now I'm just like, man, it's just like a tsunami of these bitches starting to pour in. But hold on. Now there's contracts. Now Triller's involved. Now, not only that, there's wild sponsorships for them. Not the boxers, for them. Like, putting all of this shit in perspective. The trainers, Regis Prograis. I mean, I understand why Regis did it. That made sense to me. It was the money involved. Easy work. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, how would you feel as a boxer if your profession was being used for those reasons? I don't know, man. It's getting out of control. It's getting all the way out of control. So that's where you like, we gotta really think like I'm even starting to see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really seeing it. Like it's becoming a they're like, you don't go like man you can't do, man, niggas don't even play like that with their YouTube. Like they just making a mockery of boxing. Only in boxing are they trying to be, you know what I'm saying, are they humiliating the science of it, or you know, they're taking all of the sponsorships, all of the, you know what I'm saying, like the advertisements, you know, putting niggas up underneath them that's supposed to be boxers, and then boxers, you know, are genuinely just, most of them, they don't even have it to where they're going to pull it, or where they're going to be like, oh, well, shit, why can't I get the sponsorship for this and this and this and this and this? Where it's like, you know, where like, how does it work out where, you know, you got your top boxers in certain divisions, if they go over to a Triller event and then say they end up being on the undercard for a YouTuber, and they getting all of these wild sponsorships, but the boxer just can't get it because realistically, in the grand scale of what that they offered over there, who the fuck cares other than to cut you a check? Like, that's when it's just like, you know, that way of course, you know, everybody gets paid, but there's percentages, man. There are things that are much bigger than a paycheck, man, that extend way farther than a paycheck that you would want to be privy to as well. And it has a lot of perks. It's just unfortunate that people in politics ducking and freezing people out. Watch the return when the investment decline. Man, look, and that's where, but see, like, do y'all think this could possibly be like the straw of the camel? You know what I mean? The straw, fuck. The straw that broke the camel's back. That's it. Yeah. Y'all think that could be the straw that broke the camel's back as far as boxers probably being like, okay, this is some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? It's time to like step up and do some different shit, because honestly, I don't know if I think that'll do it. Me personally, but I don't know. What we have a lot of conversations about, this fighter not fighting this fighter, that fighter not fighting that fighter, or whatever. But then when we all put it together, it's like, man, we've come up with a lot of different, like, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different angles, a lot of point of views, and not one of them is bear fruit. And it's still so maybe the YouTubers and the TikTokers can do it. I hated the memes that come from Simone YouTube fans have no idea. Brain with someone gets from being KO. Yeah, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. All they know is they're because look, right, believe it or not, the boxing match is only a small portion of it, because the viral atmosphere and the revenue stream from that shit going viral, oh my God, it's going to reach so many other people, so many other styles of people that embrace whatever type of YouTube or TikTok or culture that is. You know what I'm saying? And the box is just kind of like, okay, mirror, and that shit just transcends. So it's like, man, like the boxing match is only one part of it, and like still, it's just like them motherfuckers do not look at that shit like no boxing match, man. They don't give a fuck about no boxing. They ain't never gonna give a fuck about no boxing. And I'm telling you, who's to say that Jake Paul and Logan Paul didn't settle down and come up with this plan like several years ago, when them motherfuckers just put the little dumbass boxing ring in their little mansion home, and they just be fucking around in it, playing and shit, play fighting and shit. And then they was just like, you know what? We could get a whole lot of money out of this shit, because look at what the fuck we doing already if we just take the time and pretend to be real boxers, and we really milk and get this motherfucking money up out this bitch. We really can take over the boxing world. Look at boxing, because when them niggas just started popping, boxing was soft then too. So you already knew, like, man, you don't think them niggas wasn't smart enough to where they could capitalize off this shit? It could be that as well. And them niggas probably waited for the opening, and boxing gave it to them. And now it's a lot of these motherfuckers. They like viruses. They mold, just they constantly moving and shit. This shit, wow. I was appalled to see boxers fighting on the YouTuber's undercard. Real boxers should never be on any YouTuber's undercard, period. Yeah, that for me is a tad bit degrading. As a fight fan, you don't ever want to see your favorite fighter underneath a guy you know he could break his fucking back in 5 seconds. Like, you just break his whole jaw, just break him down, every bone in his body, just completely like demoralize this individual. Like, anytime you got strength over another person, because the old ways of the world is this: money and all of that is okay, materialistic things, but it takes a strong to hold it. So at the end of the day, power is like physical strength is always going to be the more respected attribute. So you never want to be bowing down to your, you know what I'm saying, to somebody you know is physically inferior to you, especially on the undercard of an event that you done put your work into. Fuck that shit. I don't know who in the other YouTube versus TikTok as well. I didn't see fight videos popping up, getting on 5 million views in a couple of hours being posted. Yeah, 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 and it's not going to stop. Like it seems like it's not going to stop. Is it gonna stop? I have no idea. What you disagree with, Arlen? If that fighter won his name out there, why not? Oh, you mean like as far as the exposure and fighting a YouTuber? I don't know. I'm really high right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if anyone disagreed with me right now. If they're on here to see boxing, they're here to only watch their favorite YouTuber. Yeah, Progray and Demetrius Andre need a help. They can hit as far. Well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, how much publicity? I don't know, man. I don't think that Triller event helped Demetrius Andre. I mean, or help. I don't think that event helped Regis Progray in any way. I just don't. I mean, who was it? Like, who was it? Like, was it like, was it Frank Amir? Oh, I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm really out right now, but I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that shit. Personally, I think there's better ways you can get your name out there. You can be Regis Progray and do other shit on your own with your own bread and get your name out there better than fucking with that goofball shit. That shit to me was just some goofball shit, man. I just can't see myself fucking with nothing like that, man. That shit goofy. That's why I don't fuck with it. That shit just look goofy to me. So maybe yeah, but they wasn't. I don't think they was talking about him though, Arlet. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they was talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Like that Triller event, yeah, people tuning into it, but half the time, most motherfuckers don't even sit down until like halfway to like, you know what I'm saying, to like the about the co-main. Especially them bigger niggas. Like, I don't think like Regis Progray. Now I watched it. I saw it. I know who Regis is, but I don't know, man. I think could have, you know what I'm saying? I think you can do a little better than that, man. I mean, no, it's not a bad. I'm not saying not take it. If that's what you're saying, if that's what he choose to do, don't get it twisted. He got by all means, do you? But for me, that's a goofy look. It's a goofy look for a fighter. For me, not saying that nigga goofy because he ain't goofy by no means, but I'm just saying the fighter of his caliber though, a fighter of his caliber though, like you wasn't in like you wasn't the top like I don't know, man. I be thinking on some top, you know what I mean, some top nigga shit. It's a whole bunch of a lot of people are drunk when they watch a lot of events. I am too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I be drunk when I watch a lot of events. Not really boxing at home. When I watch it out the house, fucked up. I mean, shit face. I get shitty. Oh god, for real. It's fucking shitty. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Steve Cunningham was on that shit too, wasn't he? Why is that funny? That's right. Steve Cunningham fought Frank Mir, right? But that was actually an accomplishment for Steve Cunningham. Like, that was actually doing big things for him. Am I wrong? That is. I mean, Frank Mir was, you know what I mean? Frank Mir, he got beat by Brock Lesnar. Bad. Bad. I mean, bad. It's a good look at Steve Cunningham. Oh, God. Why did I do this? Yeah, that's a good look for Steve Cunningham, for real, man. It is, man. I'm happy for that dude, man. I really am happy for him. I'm glad he got to do that. Steve fucking Cunningham. Fuck my life. Like, this shit is like, yo, I swear to God, that fucking card sounds like a real bad, like, LSD high. Like, I swear to God. I am. Like, Lord knows I swear to God. I'm so high up there right now. I could probably give the big man a high five right now. Like, I'm with him. I'm on some 747 shit. Top flight cookies. Top flight cookies, for real. I watched that Charlo event on a private stream. Man, I think a majority of the people did. Like, a lot of people ain't gonna admit that stuff. Like, you know, like, you got those, like me. I'm not gonna lie. I do pay for a majority of. You see, I said majority. Allegedly, I pay for a majority of my boxing shit. Like, I'm subscribed to the Zone. I was subscribed to Showtime, but I just couldn't do that shit no more. Cause that shit just be adding the fuck up, like, for no fucking reason. I'm subscribed to fucking ESPN Plus. So, but sometimes, bro, like, I'm not paying for that shit. Fuck that shit. Like, who the fuck want to pay for some of them fucking fights, man? Like, for real, is that fight really worth you paying for it, or should they fucking earn your money? Like, I hate when motherfuckers just be like, oh, yo, support the fighter, support the fighter, support the fighter, support the fighter, right? Like, this might sound like the selfish shit I ever said in my life, and motherfuckers might dislike it or whatever, but I don't give a fuck. I don't hold my tongue for nobody. Motherfuckers be like, oh, support the fighter, pay for the fight, support the fighter, pay for the fight, and this and that. Well, when the fuck is the fighter gonna give me a motherfucking fight that's worth fucking paying for? Not saying that's everybody. I'm just saying. So you might get the. Better be lucky I don't got a light on. You might get the. No, it ain't in there. Light that bitch up on you. I will light that bitch up on you. On my mom. Got to. There you go. Gotta live. Got to live. Gotta live. I mean, we all gotta live. Oh shit. You know, man. I had a lot of trees. I got a lot of trees where I live. Like, LA, I don't know what it is about mushrooms and trees. I'm telling you, I'm for my whole personal business and shit. Yeah, mushrooms and trees are wonderful. Nah, man, you do a bunch of mushrooms and then you go hop on your four-wheeler at nighttime. Fucking amazing. But yeah, man. What was I just saying? I'm so high. Yeah, man. That's definitely the best shit Steve Cunningham gonna do. For real. So, I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, about the fire stick shit. You're right. Yeah. Back to what I was saying about the fire stick shit. When I don't pay for all of them shits. Fuck that. Because if these dudes want me to start paying for some of these cards that they put on every weekend when it comes to certain ones, especially Showtime, especially, yeah, I guess the only one I can really say is Showtime. Unless it's like one off like Fight TV or some shit like that. Yeah, Fight TV. Some of y'all motherfuckers, if the fighters ain't fighting who they should be fighting, and there's some that shit some slaw, then I'm lighting the fire stick. I'm lighting the fire stick, man. So, yeah, man, look, I'm all the way under the weather right now. This has been your friendly local broadcast, sponsored by Do Say the Reaper on 89% THC, 11% CBD. Y'all have a great evening. Oh yeah, and as we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind.